You were told it was for safety, every sign-in app, every secure digital form, for their protection. That's what the company said, and of course we believed them.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it.
But last month, parents across London woke up to an email that felt like a nightmare. But it was even worse. It wasn't a nightmare. It was very real. Their children's photos, home addresses, even medical notes had been stolen. Not by a stranger in the street, by someone who slipped through the same digital gate built to keep them out, which equates to thousands, if not millions, of strangers on the street when you factor in dark web data brokers. In an article from Reuters, London nurseries hit by hackers September 26, 2025. Cybercriminals have stolen data on over 8,000 children attending nurseries in London, operated by childcare provider Kiddo International. The hackers said on their dark web portal, the gang, which calls itself Radiant, that name reminds me of something Lucifer would come up with, evidenced its claim by publishing the names of photos, home addresses, and family contact information of 10 children it said attended one of Kiddo's 18 nurseries in Greater London. The hack, which raises serious concerns about child safeguarding and data privacy, was the latest in a string of serious ransomware incidents in Britain that have rocked businesses in Britain this year. Next steps for us will be to release 30 more profiles of each child and 100 employees, the post on Radiant's leak website said. 8,000 kids, 18 nurseries. A system designed to guard toddlers' safety ended up publishing their lives online. Let that sink in. Would you trust that sign-in screen tomorrow morning? Would you still scan your child's face if you knew someone else might be watching? The company behind those nurseries called it a cyber incident. That's the new phrase. Clean, technical, bloodless. To a parent, it's a lot more than an incident. It's a violation that keeps you up at night, replaying the moment you hit submit on that enrollment form. And it's not just London. A week later, another breach, this time on a platform used by millions of kids and teens, Discord. Again, with the kids and teens. Times have changed since I was a kid, and the only warning for us was say no to strangers. To keep them safe, users were asked to upload government ID photos for age verification. Then a third-party vendor got hacked. Those IDs were part of the data that spilled online. In a Discord press release, update on a security incident involving third-party customer service October 3rd, 2025, from Discord's TLDR. Discord recently discovered an incident where an unauthorized party compromised one of our third-party vendors. This was not a breach of Discord, but rather a breach of a third-party service provider, 5CA, that we use to support our customer service efforts. This incident impacted a limited number of users who had communicated with our customer support or trust and safety teams. Of the accounts impacted globally, we have identified approximately 70,000 users that may have government ID photos exposed, which our vendor used to review age-related appeals. Remember that number, 70,000, because here's where I show you how out of touch these people are with us. Continuing from Discord's press release. What data was involved? The data that may have been impacted was related to our customer service system. This may include name, Discord username, email, and other contact details if provided to Discord customer support. Limited billing information such as payment type, the last 4 digits of your credit card, and purchase history if associated with your account. IP addresses, messages with our customer service agents, limited corporate data, training materials, internal presentations. The unauthorized party also gained access to a small number of government ID images. Did you catch that? 70,000 is a small number of government ID images? What? I think of a small number as an unlucky one or two. How did 70,000 become a small number? Think about that. KYC, know your customer, the digital proof of who you are, your license, your passport, sitting on a vulnerable server. Your just learning exists, all in the name of trust and safety. How is this trust and safety? The safest and most secure way to safeguard identity is to remain anonymous. But these institutions disregard your privacy and safety by demanding all of our most sensitive information. I imagine they say they're preventing the criminal posing as a child from manipulating kids and teens into giving their information. But what they've done is they've allowed millions of criminals to get a hold of information your child probably wouldn't ever have been conned into giving to anyone. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But these institutions unwittingly end up facilitating criminal activities. So will the incessant demand for KYC continue now that they know? And if it does, what does it make them? It's not one bad actor. It's policy enacted in the worst possible way. Collect first, secure later, if ever. The same flaw connects every breach. More data than necessary, shared through vendors guarded by promises instead of walls. It's not just Discord, it's Qantas passenger list, Alliance insurance clients, school children from these hacks, and the ones I mentioned in my last video. The pattern repeats. Each press release sounds the same. We take your privacy seriously. But the next line always reveals the truth. Some information may have been accessed. Remember, that word some means 70,000 to Discord. They take it seriously right up until they lose it. Then they take it seriously again. You notice how every company now has a cyber insurance partner? That's because leaks are baked into the budget. They expect them, and they still ask for this data. Parents are paying for this insurance. But is it really getting them anything? Does it make their children safe? Every breach exposes the same truth. Our data isn't just collateral damage, it's currency. For the companies that ask for it, trade it, and insure it, every leak is just a cost of doing business. And when it happens, they call it an unfortunate event. Because accountability costs more than an apology. We're told to change passwords, buy credit monitoring, sit through online safety seminars, as if the problem were us. But we didn't design the systems that lost the data. We just trusted them. And buried in every breach report is the same quiet line. The data doesn't disappear. It doesn't expire when the apology email lands in your inbox. It just moves from the school server to a dark web broker spreadsheet to someone else's hard drive. That's the paradox of the age of safety. The more we build to protect, the more we expose. Convenience became the enemy of control. And the people paying the price are the ones who did everything right. So what do we do? For parents, there are 3 questions that still matter, even if they're not enough on their own. Who stores the data? Who else can see it? And how do I delete it? But here's the hard truth. Asking questions doesn't fix the system. It just shows you how broken it is. Safety that exposes us to danger isn't safety. It's surveillance shrouded in a friendly name they hope will placate us. I keep thinking about that nursery case. In breach after breach, the pattern's the same. People often find out from the news before they ever hear it from the company. That silence, the indifference, that shrug. Does that kind of behavior build trust? I certainly don't think so. Can we stop every hacker? Probably not. Their track record doesn't look good, and it's not improving. But we should demand that institutions stop handing them the keys. We can stop accepting incident as an excuse. We can start demanding accountability from the people who built the systems, wrote the policies, and profited from our trust. Because unless we demand better, things will continue to get worse. We'll wake up one day to find every piece of our identity, our kids' identities, locked. And I say that loosely, inside a global ID system built by the same institutions that have already been so cavalier with our data. And when that happens, every criminal will know and act upon everything about us. And the only thing left we'll have is that haunting thought that we didn't strongly demand accountability when we still could. This system exposed our kids, and unless we demand better, it will continue to get worse. Things don't change because they should. They change because we demand it.
We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it.